foundation is settling into fine lines, clinging to texture, and making you look older rather than younger, then stay with me till the end because I'm going to be sharing with you a tip that makes more sense than going out and purchasing a new foundation. If you're new here, welcome. This is episode 3 of my Mature Beauty Sunday series, and it's all on foundations that look good on mature skin. This isn't about heavy makeup, it's not about trends, it's not about chasing some new product that's out there. It's about foundations that are forgiving and work well on mature skin. There's also a free downloadable guide down below, and this is all of my foundations that I think work really well on mature skin. And they're all different price ranges too. So you have your drugstore, you have your mid-range, and then you have your sort of higher end foundation. So do yourself a favor, take a picture of that downloadable when you get it in and just keep it on your phone. As I can tell you, the next time you're out shopping, you're gonna wish you had that, or if you just happen to be popping into a Sephora or an Ulta, it's just always better to have it on your phone because you're never gonna remember. At least I don't anyway, maybe you do. What we're gonna be covering today is why foundation settles into fine lines, skincare prep that actually matters, sheer versus medium coverage, choosing foundation for the right skin type, what makes a foundation forgiving, and how to avoid oxidation. And just a gentle reminder, next Sunday at 10 a.m. we're going to be covering concealers. So foundation will settle into your fine lines if your skin's dry, if you have the wrong formula on, or if you put way too much on. So as our skin matures, it doesn't rebound the same way. And if you put the wrong type of foundation on, especially if it's a quick setting foundation, it's just gonna settle really fast into those fine lines and just sort of accentuate it. That's why what worked for us years ago no longer works anymore. So this is a non-negotiable, skincare. You need to have a really good skincare routine in place because no foundation or anything else or any primer is gonna help your foundation if you don't have a really good skincare routine. I'm gonna link a video down below on just a really good skincare routine for mature skin. So one of the things you wanna do before you do put your foundation on is you don't wanna put too much skincare on either, right? Sometimes you go in there and you're using a serum and you're using a moisturizer and then you're going in with a vitamin C and then you're putting a sunblock on top of that, and if it doesn't have enough time to settle into your skin, you're gonna get a lot of pilling and it's not gonna work for you. So just avoid putting too much skincare on. Just use a really good, simple skincare routine. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. And just make sure you let the skincare settle into your skin for at least 20 minutes or so before you go and put your foundation on. And a good way to tell is if your skin still feels tacky and slippery, what's going to happen is the foundation is just going to kind of slip and slide on there, and we don't want that. Most mature skin looks better in sheer to medium coverage, nothing heavy. So heavy coverage, it doesn't hide texture, it just really emphasizes it. Sheer formulas blur, medium coverage evens, and heavier foundations just really sit on the skin. And using a concealer, that will help if you need to cover up some areas of darkness, but we'll cover that next week. If you have dry, dehydrated skin, you want to use a formula that's either a serum or a cream formula. They work really well on dry skin. If you have normal to combination, you want to use a formula that's a satin formula. Oily but mature skin, and this one can be a little tricky, is you want to use like a soft matte. You don't want to use a full matte heavy coverage because that's just really going to it's just going to look very heavy on the skin. And just because mature skin is oily, it does not mean that it doesn't need hydration, because I have seen plenty of oily skin that's dry and you'll have surface dryness and then you'll see oil breaking through like on your nose and your chin and in your forehead. And it can be really tricky to deal with. Most people think, oh, I don't need any foundation, I don't need any skincare because I have my skin so oily. And it's just the opposite. You do need a skincare. You just need to get a really good skincare routine in place. Because what happens with oily skin is if you don't put anything on there, you're telling the skin to make more oil. So your skin is just gonna get oilier. Don't be misled by that one. In forgiving formulas, you want to hear stuff like buildable coverage, satin-like finish, lightweight liquids and serums. They work really well on mature skin. And anything that dries too fast will just show any texture that's on your skin. Oxidation. I don't know if you've ever had a foundation where you put it on your skin and it's the right shade, and about a half hour later you look at it and it's orange. That's because the formula oxidized on your skin, and for whatever reason that can be. It could be the chemistry. If you have a lot of oil on your skin, this is a very common thing to happen with people with oily skin. Certain skincare and certain pigments in the skin will also cause the formulas to oxidize. So again, make sure that list that I'm leaving in the PDF down below is very helpful because those are all the top formulas that don't oxidize. Here's a bonus tip. Use less foundation than you think and stop before it's perfect. The more you try to make your skin look perfect, the more texture you're gonna add. Let skin look like skin. That's why it's really important to have that good skincare routine in place. I hope this was helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing. And next Sunday, we're gonna be at 10 a.m. We're gonna be doing concealer, so you don't wanna miss that. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Have a really good day. Bye-bye.